Hi, today we'll be discussing about spotting errors. See, this is a very important topic as such. If you know the thing that which is the error here, it will not take more than 40 to 50 seconds for one question. You read the sentence, you know the error, and that is done. But here, you should know the grammar thing absolutely. One more thing which can help you is, if you have read a lot, if you know that uh, by reading only, you know that it is always written approve of, it is written something like along with. Okay, so you know the preposition, you know the sentences, uh, just by instinct, not see, instinct doesn't mean it comes out of something else. Instinct comes from you have read a lot, you know the English thing by just reading, and other is obviously you have crammed the grammar rules. What I will always suggest that, reading it, reading the rules, learning them, and you know repeating them. Okay, it's important, but at the same time, until unless you don't practice questions, there's no point. And I will definitely suggest, just go through any high school English grammar book once, and then just start practicing. The more you will practice, the more it will register in your mind. Okay, you know just by reading it may not be registered, but when you practice questions, it will be definitely registered in your mind. We'll be coming to few questions, very basic questions. First question is, the doctor did not ask Mohan the time. Okay, now when you see the doctor, okay, did not ask, sentence seems to be in past, it is in past, and with did they are using first form, it's all right. The doctor did not ask Mohan the time. Now this is a preposition thing, and basic English you might have read it most of the times, that you ask about the time. The doctor did not ask Mohan about the time. Okay, so our error is here. It has to be about the time and not the time. Okay, how do Vinoba appeal to the landlords? Now here, if you see, Vinoba appealed to the landlords. This is something which has been done. So it has to be in past. How did Vinoba appeal to the landlord? This is a tense problem, and our error is here. It has to be how did. Next, it's bats are sometimes seen in our houses. See, if you read this sentence, something will struck to you straight, that sometime is not used. We use sometimes. Okay, there are some times. So bats are sometimes seen in our houses. So this is something, when you read it, there are few words, they have to be like this only, and the bang on rule is it's stuck to your mind, the sometimes. Fourth, I am glad that Rex never saw a trained police dog jump. Now, when if you start from here, I am glad that, okay, Rex never saw past a trained police dog jump. So here, if you see, they are talking about something in past, but this section particularly is happening. So the police dog jumping instead of jump. He never saw somebody jumping. Okay, our error is here D. His son met him on the door. See, if you see five questions in the exam, one or two, I mean, one or two questions are definitely from prepositions. So, preposition is something I will suggest you go through them at once. I mean, practice it at large, so that preposition is very small thing. Here, it's at the door. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to see anything else. His son met him at the door. So this is a preposition error. Practice preposition as much as possible. As much as possible. I'll be giving you assignments regarding that. Coming to the next, thinking that he has finally found someone with similar interests, the scholar tried to strike up a conversation. Now, if you see that this is, he has finally found someone with similar interests, okay, the scholar tried to strike. Now, this is in past simple, okay, simple past. Here they are using present, so something is wrong. Either this has to be changed or this has to be changed, something has to be done. Okay, this is a tense problem. So now if you read that, thinking that he has found someone with similar interest, the scholar tried to strike. So if you see, this action happened first, पहले उसे मिला, ठीक है, he found someone and then he tried. So we have to change this, that he had finally found. It has to be past perfect instead of present perfect, that he had finally found someone with similar interest, the scholar tried to strike. Earlier this year, contestant had entered the news via a videotaped interview telecasted by a commercial television channel. If you see, this is earlier this year, okay, it has to be in past. Contestant had entered, fine. Now this word come telecasted. Your grammar knowledge will tell you that past of telecast is telecast only. There's nothing, no word like telecasted. Okay, so our error here is this. If you permit me to speak the truth, I shall say without hesitation that you have done a mistake. Now I told you that most of the time, there might be a small thing which you may not even think about it. Okay, you might be considering, if you permit me to speak, you might be considering that tense here without hesitation. You might be considering everything, but see, this is very small thing, done a mistake. We commit a mistake, he did suicide, no, he committed suicide. Same way, he done a mistake, no, he committed a mistake. I said he done a mistake, no, he did a mistake or he has done a mistake is all wrong. It has to be he committed a mistake. Okay, so the error here is this. My friend is so rich that he is having 6 houses in Mumbai and 4 in Pune. Now, if you see, this seems to be completely all right, that he is having in present hai, fine, fine, fine. But I'll tell you that has is a verb where generally you don't use it in continuous thing. I'm having food, I have eaten the food, ठीक है, there is no food left. In that sense, you can use having. You are having food, you are having dinner and everything. So in that sense only, when something is being finished, when something is not left after that, you use the continuous form of has, having here. But otherwise, most of the cases there we don't use continuous form of has. So he is having is wrong here. It has to be he has. We will use a possessive thing. Okay, he has 6 houses in Mumbai and 4 in Pune. Okay, He asked me if I am ill, and I answered that I was not.